It's week 8 of the National Football
What's going on, everyone? Welcome into TV Sports 27. We got a prime time matchup here as the Carolina Panthers coming off of their first win of the year. Finally, we got a win in the win column, and what better way to come back Thursday night short week than to try to pick up a second win. You saw Quinn Ewers at the beginning, at the time of this recording, and if you want to see the videos early, ad-free, timely, you want to do so, patreon.com/tvsports27 to support the channel, get the videos early. The NFL draft just happened at the time that we are recording and uploading to Patreon, and Quinn Ewers, he ended up getting drafted by these Miami Dolphins, and he went way, way down in the draft. I picked Quinn Ewers, and maybe in a desperation here, because we knew we needed to make a change from Bryce Young, we went out and got Quinn Ewers first round. I forget what pick number. We were like 5 or 6. We were high up there. It was because guys like, unlike in real life, Shador came off the board early, Cam Ward, and that was kind of the best quarterback that we had to pick. In real life, he went late. We took him early as a franchise quarterback. Did we make the right choice? Or did real life make the right choice? Well, it was a bit of a struggle. You saw the numbers, but last week's game was much of an improvement. You guys probably saw we made a slight change. We changed the throwing from the timed throwing with the new meter. We changed that up into the more classic Madden passing, which, look at this, got that one just away. Kind of, played around with it a little bit, but in the end, I just didn't like the feel for how the classic passing was. Or I should say how the timed passing was. You had to be so direct and so precise, and all my life, I'm playing where I could just throw a bullet pass or hit the button, and trying to time it where you had to let go of the button at a certain point. It just didn't feel right. Maybe it's something that will get improved on in the future, but was something that I decided to switch up, and we saw we got the win. So the change, the improvements seem to be good off the bat, but just trying to look at a meter while you're focused on passing and that affecting your accuracy and your throws wasn't working out. Third down here, and Tua is going to get the first down. This previous Dolphins team, this is who we coached in Madden, our previous franchise mode, the Dolphins with Tua. We got them to a Super Bowl against the Carolina Panthers, oddly enough, in this game, but could not get the win. Alternate uniforms here, the black helmets, the blue jerseys here for the alt look. Of course, the Dolphins wearing my favorite look, a look I wish they would go back to in real life, but thank you guys again for tuning in here. Hopefully we can get back-to-back wins, but this is the Madden 25 franchise, Carolina Panthers and the Miami Dolphins. And we, of course, as we mentioned about Patreon, but we want to give a quick shout-out to Isaac Knox, who is a brand new Patreon member. Thank you so much, Isaac, for signing up. We're going to be having some Patreon exclusive content. Of course, ECW One Night Stand, part of the WWE Universe mode. We're also going to be uploading some exclusive games. We're going to have a handful, just like the NFL does in real life. They have their Netflix games. They have their Amazon games, their Peacock games. We're going to pick a select handful of games, probably one or two, from the Panthers and from the Tennessee Volunteers, as well as the RXFL, to give a little bonus to our Patreon members. So make sure you're signing up, patreon.com/tvsports27. We got a heck of a defensive stop. So I'm going to focus right now on Quinn Ewers taking the snap. Like we said, in real life, he was drafted very low. In our world, we took him first pick, top 5. Let's see how he does, if he can get another win in the rain here back home in Carolina.
These defensive ends in the league, Mike, he closed that distance a lot faster than I think the quarterback anticipated, and he comes away with the sack.
The Panthers now ready to get to work on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by a young man who's making a name for himself, their rookie quarterback.
Really solid all-around performance last week, Mike, and I think the biggest factor that led to the win is his ability to continue to protect the football. He executed the offense, ran it exactly how they designed all week in practice. Now, it might not have been earth-shattering performance statistically, but they got the win. If he can continue to play that style of ball, it's going to be a tough group to match up with.
Now, after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. He'll drop to throw. Time for the deep shot, looking for Thielen. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
On 1st and 10, here's Tua. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the gun, here's Tua. Going left side down the field, and it's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Dolphins. His 6th touchdown now for the season.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
The extra point by Bass is good. And the Dolphins will take a 7-0 lead. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. From the 6, here comes a return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Panthers offense and running back Jonathan Burks coming out for their next possession. He has run the ball well to this point in the season, right there amongst the NFL leaders in rushing. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Here we go. They send a receiver in motion left. Back to the air once more on 2nd down. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes. So give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete. This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. They lead it here early 7-0 as they start with a 1st and 10. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
This offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. If they can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes, it's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game.
Third and 5. Slot man in motion left. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I know this play results in an incomplete pass, but I think this is a really good job by the quarterback. His clock was going off. He felt that rush. He had no immediate target to go to with the ball. Instead, throw it away. Don't take the sack. Live for another day.
Look it up through the raindrops. No issue there, though. Fair catch, called for, and taken successfully. Here's the Carolina offense now as they head out to take over for their next possession. They'll begin with first down from their own 11. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. Now the first carry for Chuba Hubbard. And this will be a Panthers first down as he'll get this up to the 22.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
And he'll work this out to the 23. Play is made on defense by Jordan Brooks. Here's a 2nd and 9. Smith in Jigba, the man in motion. Now this time they'll look to throw. Complete to the former Buckeye, Jackson Smith and Jigba.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play. Winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass, because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch.
So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. Smith in Jigba, the man in motion. They'll look to throw. That's into the hands of Jonathan Brooks. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Here's a handoff to Brooks. And he'll get this close to the first down. It's a pickup of 4, but it still leaves 3rd and short. It's the quarterback with a sneak. And he gets it to midfield, and he gets the first down. Good run. The drive continues. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down? Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry.
And he's going to have a Panthers first down, maybe by about a yard, as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. On 1st and 10, here's Brooks. And he'll work this down inside the 35. Jalen Phillips in on the stop. Here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw. That's taken it. It's Xavier Leggett. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. They get 16 on that connection. It's good for a Panther first down. 1 quarter in the books here on a Thursday night. It's the Dolphins with the early lead. And we'll return to Charlotte in a moment. So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. On the handoff, this is Brooks. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They put a receiver in motion to the left. He'll look to throw. They're called in at the 2. And the Panthers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's just such a tough throw. I mean, that's all arm. Being able to get your body turned and throw back across your body. I mean, it's one thing if you're just throwing it a couple yards to a check down. But in this case, he's still willing and able to push the ball downfield. And there does come some danger when you throw back across. But in this case, it's a big completion.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll run with Brooks. Powering forward. He's in. Jonathan Brooks. Touchdown, Panthers. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. He fields it at the 8. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Dolphins offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. They'll motion the tight end, Smith. They'll fake the handoff. Now, Tua. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. Jalen Waddle, the intended target, and it'll be 2nd down. A shotgun snap for Tua. He'll get that into the hands of Tyreek Hill. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Here's 1st and 10.
20, TX.
Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Encroachment, defense. Still 1st down.
So, a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5.
Ready. Out.
Here's Tua. Got a man open downfield on the crossing route. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll motion the tight end, Smith. Quick throw here is complete. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. 2nd and a yard. To the air again, Tungo Bailoa. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
Well, if you're going to target him in the end zone, you better come correct, man, because this guy, he embraces those moments of one-on-one coverage when it matters the most, and I think he just saved 6 by getting his hands on that one.
Tua going to throw here on 3rd and 1. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes. Tyler Bass on to try the field goal. This from extra point range, a 33-yard field goal attempt. He has to drive this through the rain, but he does. The kick is good. And the Dolphins will break our tie and take a 10-7 lead. So after the made field goal, Bass is back out there to kick it away. Now return coming from the 7. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They run out of the gun with Brooks. And he'll take this to about the 28. Jair Brown on the tackle. 3rd and 6. Now they'll set up to throw. Coming open, that's the tight end likely.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback. Getting in.
The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Ready.
He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
Let's go.
Here comes the screen to Brooks. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the 1st. It'll bring up 4th down. It's Riley Dixon coming on now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. A fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line. The Dolphins offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. They'll motion the tight end Smith. On 1st down, here's Tungo Bailoa to throw. He'll try to use that size to push forward, but it's not going to work. Defense strong up front. They're going to get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, Tungo Bailoa. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with the lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill there, and it's going to lead to 4th down. 3
pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often, and it just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page.
The Panthers offense starting to trot out for this next possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw, and maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
Here we go.
On 2nd down, it's Brooks. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment.
Ready up.
3rd and long.
Go.
They'll motion over Thielen. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
Haven't even reached halftime yet, and we see this quarterback just continue to put the ball in harm's way and make bad decisions. He's lucky it didn't add another interception to his stat sheet, and as they approach halftime here, they got to regroup, and he's going to have to make the better decisions here in the second half.
The Dolphins offense ready to take over once more. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. In motion, it's Waddle. 2 and out on 1st down. Pressure gets there, and down he goes. They'll motion the tight end, Smith. Tua going to give it to Achane. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. They'll stay on the ground with Achane. And a nice tackle in the open field limits the gain to only 1. The Panthers will take their first timeout. Here's Jake Bailey now. He's on to punt it for the 4th time tonight. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Panthers offense getting set to get back to work. They'll begin with 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Over the middle, he's got Leggett. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. 1st and 10. From out of the gun, he'll throw. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down. His throw left side is complete. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Markham at the 48-yard line. And now he's not spiking it. It's a fake. And that is incomplete. A little trickery with the fake spike, but it does not pan out. The pass intended for Xavier Leggett. It's 2nd down. They'll look to throw yet again. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Taking the deep shot for Smith and Jigba. And that is incomplete. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba, the intended receiver. And now it's 4th down. Here's the punter now, as he is on to punt for Carolina. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Dolphins offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. They'll start out first down and 10. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. One final throw before the break. This one complete to Hill. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Greg in just a moment. But first, let's give everybody a look at what's coming up later this weekend around the NFL. Some very intriguing games in that early window, highlighted by the one going on at the Superdome. A big test for the Saints as they'll get set to tangle with the Minnesota Vikings. Good games in the late afternoon as well, one being out in Santa Clara, where it'll be the 49ers taking on the Atlanta Falcons. And finally, on Sunday Night Football, they've got a good one lined up between the Houston Texans and the Kansas City Chiefs. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This is a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.